Okay, this video is about government and the people and how they are taking sides and opinions and forces to operate our system. Basically, what you need to know is that there are a lot of people out there that are downplaying in the media what might be inconsistent, and I mean wrong, about our government. They're downplaying the loopholes, they're downplaying the population, they're downplaying the amount of money we should earn, they're downplaying what we are entitled to as United States citizens, especially families, especially families that have been here for quite a while, and especially Indian families. And I'm partially Indian, uh, and our family is allegedly part Cherokee, a major part of my family. And then I'm also German and Irish, and I don't know what else at this point. But I'm truly American, and I love America, and I've always really loved America for what it is that we have greatness for. And I think our ultimate greatness in America is possibly uh, a thing we do when we show love to each other. Uh, we play it all out like it's real, and that's kind of what America does. We tend to get up and start to work together, and in America, a lot of different kinds of people can build relationships. But here's the thing: problem with today's relationships are that there are all sorts of different kinds of people that have affliction, and they are becoming more so enemies to the system, which I understand to some point. If the system doesn't work, it has to be fixed. Now, let me ask you this: are they going to fix the entitlements of our United States citizens? In the end, I'm for the party that wants to make everything okay. I'm for the people that wants to be a civilian. I'm for the people who want to be sustainable and clean. Um, I'm for all of the clean factors, the good factors of morality and peace. Uh, why spend a bunch of time trying to kill people if it's unnecessary? And I'm finding our country guilty of actually trying to put people in harm's way, and I think they know they're doing it even. And I think it has a big part in to do with a lot of racism even.
This is one of the
And
best ways to design a filter.
it has a lot to do with racism. It has a lot to do with different aspects of morality. You name it. There's all kinds of reasons because you're either militant, not militant, disabled, uh, a doctor, a nurse, because you screwed up in life, because you can't get things right, because you tell lies. I mean, there are things that you can't do. Obviously, one of the biggest things of all time is you can't tell lies and you can't steal. I mean, it goes all the way back into the days of the Bible and even before that. Even animals know that it's not right to steal. They get defensive. They know what's theirs, and they share it if they want to share it. It's called a family, you know.
I just recently got an infection.
Yeah, so I mean, there's we're much greater than the animals. So we need to act like we have a moral compass. We know which direction to go into, and if people can't do that, I mean, how are we supposed to even dream of living? I mean, you couldn't if war broke out, hardcore civil war broke out in the United States, you probably won't be able to survive stepping outside of your door. You would probably be killed um, just stepping outside of your door. I mean, you never know what could happen, but you won't have groceries. You won't have um, a car or a house. It'll all be burnt to the ground. Uh, People have lots of weapons. If they didn't have good moral compass, if there wasn't some good reason why they don't decide to commit mass murder and treason, uh, then the reason is that it's too obvious and it causes a lot of work. It's a lot of work to do that. So what they're doing now is they're finding ways to sneak into the government and produce lies upon the people with chemistry. And that chemistry is poisonous, and they know they know that it's poisonous, and that's the big problem. So I've created this channel to basically show how some of this science actually works. It's rather simple. It's just matrixing and energy and atoms and molecules and polymers. But I also have evidence of my own personal evidence of poisonous tap water, bad drugs, uh, some bad sciences, some general sciences, some topics and definitions about the Constitution, some ideas about viruses and gene therapy. I go in to talk about my life, my story, my personality, the basis of medicine, the toxins, talking about what it is to be a filibuster, a filiflubby, and a whistleblower. Some basic chemistry, some programming skills. I'm a musician. My goal is to be somewhat of a doctor. And then, talking about some of the laws of, some of the so called laws of psychiatry, basic law fundamentals for the Constitution, some descriptions of bad science, some general spectro science, some real good videos on spectro science, talking about how deformity is the world's problem. It's what you're going to go through for eternity. Talk about some mapping the human cell. Basically, mental health abuse. I talk about provoking crimes, recovering from crimes, unconstitutional presidency, cloning, CRISPR, tracing out molecules and atoms, systemic medicine, some more basic chemistry, internet idiots, nervous breakdown, and a med list, and some fundamental lawsuit information on schizophrenia and understanding how that might be inaccurately diagnosed. So, like, I've got a whole slew of things that I'm working on, and my primary lawsuit is about this company called CMHC and the tap water in Batesville, Indiana. And CMHC resides around this area. And it's basically all this, and there's a lot to it. So I mean, there's several videos. I even talk about X-ray crystallography and how it works perfectly. I mean, I've done a lot to show who I am. I'm a utilitarian man, and I've done a lot of research on, and I don't have enough college education, but I have personal education, and I've actually mapped out quite a bit of chemistry, biology, and medicine, and it's pretty awesome. So, I mean, I am educated. I have about the equivalent of a bachelor's, an unofficial bachelor's degree, maybe up to some points of a master's, and I have computer information technology experience, and not a very proficient but okay kind of computer programmer. I particularly like Microsoft Visual Basic and C, and there's other things. I mean, I know how to work with machines and electronics. I can design electronics, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I know how to make chemicals. I know chemistry really well. I know the fundamentals of it, and it's all cool. I mean, I'm a gifted person. I see myself as gifted. I'm not bragging, but I mean, I have talents. I have free chicken, as the military proclaims. It really doesn't come with a lot of work for me to understand this stuff. It's not too complicated, and mathematics is simple. Math is simple. I've discovered all the tricks in math that I need to discover. And yes, math is necessary, but there's a difference between shorthand and longhand. General quantum physics doesn't always really end up requiring long or shorthand mathematics. You can do longhand mathematics to describe quantum physics. So, I mean, that's pretty much serious business. So, I get it. I get that there are limits and volumes, and there are vectors and magnitudes, and that's all pretty relatively easy. It's really just ends up being a number or a slew of numbers or a matrix. So, I mean, you sequence the matrix. That's really the topology of what life is and everything that we do. We sequence a matrix. So this is my video on the origins of government crime.